For now, our beloved angel, keep dancing. Mummy and Daddy will always, always love you. In the words of Alexandra and Sergio Aguiar.
Thank you, Richard.
To be like, hey guys, today it's me. I got my makeup on to test my teacher. Look at this.
A lover of animals and an environmentalist in the making, you moved our world with your confidence and empathy. Playful, energetic, friendly, and always so respectful. A peacemaker of the playground. No shouting is a house rule you applied. A big task for a small girl, especially in a Portuguese household. Being around you was a privilege. We cherished every milestone. You completed us. In 9 short years, we never needed time off from you. We never gave up our time for anything that didn't involve you two. And if we did, we'd always do it separately, so you could have one of us always next to you. You were born and raised into love, and we loved cuddling you every night for almost 9 years. Apart from the sleepovers and nights away with your friends, we were never apart. You liked to sleep with Mummy and Daddy, enjoyed shutting the curtains and watching Disney Plus with popcorn. Our room was your comfort place. You were our comfort and peace. As you were growing up, from a princess to a preteen, we began to notice some changes, seeing your independence take shape. From your skincare regime to playing with makeup, to your dedication to school, to dance, and to your faith. Your to-do list was extensive, and we were sure that you would achieve it if only you had the time. We talked about which high school you might attend, about growing up, having a big house with a garden, and having children. Children we will never help you raise. It hurts. We will never see you grow up. A day before your final struggle, Mummy kept asking if you were okay. So much so that both you and Daddy asked why. Part of me wondered if I was being too British, but ultimately I realized I always wanted to know that you were okay. Now Daddy feels sorry for Mummy. She has seen things no human should. You were taken away from us too soon, and we often ask why. Why here? Why us? Why you? We wonder if you ever thought of us, called for us. We wonder if you felt any pain. We hope not, my darling. We then question, could this have been avoided? Could we have stopped it somehow? Many questions are revolting, and we will never get over this pain. But we promise to get all the answers. Mummy has seen too much, and we need to know. We feel shocked, unimaginable pain. We miss you. From time to time, the pin drops. When Mummy says, "Good night, Sergio," "Good night, Alice," and then he hits us all over again, we don't hear you back. Moving forward will be hard. Some days better than others, but none will be perfect. Some moments we are weak and we say wild things, but we made a promise to always be there for each other in moments of despair. A pinky promise. We share a strong bond, and we will always have each other to rely on. We won't be alone. We are surrounded by a wonderful community and their full support. Family and friends, neighbours, work colleagues, the wonderful servicemen and women who serve the community, your school, your church, and all your friends and their parents. We have the full support of the country and the privilege of multiplying that by 2. For that, we're thankful. For now, our beloved angel, keep dancing. Mummy and Daddy will always, always love you. In the words of Alexandra and Sergio Aguiar.
Thank you, Richard.
Alexandra and Sergio, it is my privilege to speak to you today on behalf of Merseyside Police, North West Ambulance Service and Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service. Thank you for allowing our first-line responders who helped and cared for Alice on Monday the 29th of July to be here with you and your family today, to celebrate her life and to pay our respects. I know all of the responders here are incredibly grateful for your kindness and compassion in inviting them to join you. And those who are not here today, Alice and you are in their thoughts and prayers. You have shown great courage in asking me to be here today to speak, to give a message from you, Alice's family, to say that you do not want there to be any more violence on the streets of the United Kingdom in the name of your daughter. I am ashamed and I'm so sorry that you've had to even consider this in the planning of the funeral of your beautiful daughter, Alice. And I hope that anyone who has taken part in the violent disorder on our streets over the past 13 days is hanging their heads in shame at the pain that they have caused you, a grieving family. I know that you ask that there is no more violence and that you are now given time as a family to grieve in peace, and that our traumatized community is allowed time to heal, the time it needs to start to heal, with quiet dignity to remember the loss of 3 innocent lives. The people who came together to repair the damage caused to the mosque and homes. The people who've been handing refreshments to the emergency workers for the past 13 days who've been working in the community. The children who've been spending their pocket money buying refreshments. The people who've been fundraising relentlessly for the families and communities affected by the events of the past 13 days. The people who've spoken out about the violent scenes across the country. And those who've attended to the hundreds of tributes and flowers and teddies laid to remember our girls. These are the actions of the community of Southport that we are all so proud of. This is our community, united in tragedy, not divided. Please rest assured that Alice, along with Elsie and Bibi, will be forever in our hearts.
And in keeping with the lack of adequate words, the best response, the most wonderful response of the town was not in our words, but in our actions. It was the vigil the following night, the bubble blowing, the flowers laid in memory, all the teddy bears that were laid in memory too. The Requiem Mass this afternoon. This is the best of our town. It's the best of our community. And sometimes when our own words won't do, we do find ourselves reaching for our holy books for inspiration. And it's in that context that I want to give a short reading from the words of St. Paul. This is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best and may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, to the glory and praise of God. Whatever happens, conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. Then, whenever I come and see you or only hear about you in my absence, I will know that you stand firm in the one Spirit, striving together as one for the faith of the gospel, without being frightened in any way by those who oppose you. Thank you.
To find the words to express how amazing she was. It's so easy to say that she was amazing because she was, but she was so much more than that. Alice was the most beautiful, kind-hearted child with thick, dark hair that bounced as she walked, which was impossible to get in a ballet bun, no matter how hard Mama tried. She had a smile that lit up every room she walked into and was always so happy and confident at dancing. Alice always carried herself with poise and grace, and even if she didn't perfect a step, she did it with such style you wouldn't even know. Alice was born to be a dancer, and as her teacher, this was clear from an early age. She always worked hard in ballet, and she performed the steps with elegance, but then went on to street dancing, which is when her sassy personality shone through. She was particularly disappointed when Miss Heidi had not personally given her the news that she was expecting a baby, with a disapproving look and one hand on her hip. But she then told me that I really hope that you have a girl so that she can be a ballet dancer like me. My lasting memory of Alice would be her last performance on stage, dancing to the Wish and the lyrics, "So I look up to the stars to guide me." It will be forever in my heart. And when I think of Alice, Miss Heidi will remember her with these words. I imagine you dancing, skipping among the clouds, happily singing with the angels, looking down upon the crowds.
To set us free, the risen Christ died for me. Shine, Jesus, shine, fill this land with the Father's glory.